good. So you know what? If you want to, if you open this up. But the camera is smaller than most cases.
11th.
Is it the 11th
year.
year? All right. So we have a wonderful show for you. Thank you all for coming.
Absolutely.
I'm Heinrich Jäger.
I'm Sid Nagel.
And let's see.
This is a bang.
Let's start with the bang.
Are you ready? Okay.
All right.
Okay. Hold your ears. Here it comes. Whoa. Okay.
Right.
So that was one bang.
Did you like that one? Would you like to maybe hear
Another
one?
Okay. Are you ready? Here we go. Whoa.
All right, so one of the things that we do here is that we have a way to play back what you just saw and heard in slow motion. And so we have a camera team right over there. It's Nidhi and Kai. And they will be able to play back with a very high frame rate, meaning very, very slow motion, what you just saw. We're just queuing it up. Hang on 1 second. And once that's ready, we'll put it on the big screen. Okay. Let me know when. There
Okay, here it is.
What? One more time. There we go.
Let's play that one more time. So,
Let's play that one more time.
And so notice that the plastic of the balloon, the rubber, burst first and got out of the way before the chemistry even started to go. And so the rubber is really very, very fast.
Right. So now that was one balloon, two balloons. What should we do next? How about we have a volunteer to set off another one?
Okay. So do you want to come down here? So come on down. We need your help. And so what we're going to try to do is see those balloons over there in the corner, those colored ones?
3 balloons.
3. And what we want to do is we want to release them. But that's far over there, and we're over here. And so we're going to try and do it from this side. And so that's where we need your help. And so what we're going to do is we're going to try and take that light there and that heat from there to make that paper over there burn, and that will release the balloons, okay?
In fact, it'll blow them maybe. And so that's why we want to stand over here. Sorry, you guys. And so we'll set this thing on fire right from over here. And you're going to do that.
Okay,
Come over here.
So over here. So what you need to do is turn this knob a little bit at a time. Just turn it up.
Just a little bit. And look over there.
Look over there.
Look over there. Little bit more.
A little bit more. Keep going. Whoa.
Oh.
So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Oh, we got a...
Still burning.
Still burning. Okay, so one of the things that we have as a theme for this is transportation. And so planes, trains, automobiles, all of that, boats. And so one of the things that keeps planes in the air, you all know, is the Bernoulli principle. That is, if the air is going faster, it lowers the pressure, and that keeps the plane in the air. And so we want to show that with a sheet of paper, and so we're just going to blow over the top of the sheet of paper.
Notice he blows over the sheet.
Not under, but over. And so when it's over, you would think that would blow the paper out of the way, but actually it brings the paper into the sway. But this is kind of pathetic, isn't it?
This was not enough.
That's not really... So maybe we should do industrial strength?
Should we do industrial strength?
Industrial strength.
Look, here's a piece of paper. It's hanging down.
And this is industrial strength. Okay, so here we go. Are you ready? Okay.
This gives me an idea.
Yo, what else could we do,
I
Hanya?
have an idea. This was good, Sid. Let's do that more.
Let's do more of that. Okay.
Let's do more of that. Okay. All right.
So, are we ready?
Here we go. All right.
Okay, so that was air, and now we want to go over and to do something with sound. And so how many of you play a musical instrument? Oh, a lot of you play a musical instrument. And you know how to, you want the tune to be there, but you also very, very much want to make sure you're in time, right? And you have to have a very good rhythm. Otherwise, the music doesn't sound so good. And so what do you do to make sure that you practice the rhythm is you use a metronome, right? And so your teacher brings out a metronome, and you start hearing that. And so these are very, very high-quality metronomes. But if one metronome is good, two would be better, right? So let's do 2 metronomes.
Mm-hmm.
And if 2 is good, how about 3?
Said 4. I like 4.
4.
5?
5! Okay, we'll do 5. Okay. Well, we only have 5. So, okay, so my problem here is that I can't, where's the rhythm? It's all a mess. Even though these are really high-quality metronomes, they're all a mess. And so how are we going to get these to be so that we can actually hear it again? So I'm going to take these metronomes, and I'm going to place them on these soda cans.
And notice, if you go a little bit to the side, they can hear it.
Okay. So that's what happens when you try to use these cans so that they can communicate with each other, and then they come out really loud and make a very good rhythm.
And you notice when he put it back, it all got out of sync again, right? All right, so that was a little bit about sound, and we keep going with the theme of sound a little bit more. And in particular, we would like to show sound to you.
And so what we have here is we have a tube which we're going to be able to see where the sound is. So in this tube, we have a speaker at each end, and we have flames coming out of little holes in the speaker coming down.
We're running some gas through it, so that's just like your stove. And right now the gas is just streaming through nicely, but what we'll do in a minute, we'll turn on one end a speaker. So then there will be the gas and the sound wave also in the tube, just like when you play a recorder or an organ.
Okay, and so what we want you to do is, you see that the flames are all coming up kind of evenly now. And now if we play a note at one end, we will see what happens. Wow, look, you can actually see where the sound wave is. So where the pressure is higher in the wave, the flames come a little higher. So let's see that again.
This is where you're supposed to go along now.
Hey.
All right, so that was beautiful. You did a great job. It was nice and quiet.
You all sang very well. Thank you.
And what the sound did, it changed the pressure a little bit in the tube, and that was good. But this is physics with a bang. And now we got to crank it up a little bit, and we will use sound in air to do what? Sid, what should we do with this sound?
Well, there's a glass there. And I don't know. I think that a glass, if it's not being used for drinking, it should be used for something else.
Is that a real glass?
Yeah.
I think so. You heard that?
It pings, so it's a real glass. So if it's not being used, let's try something with it.
Well,
so Andrew here is going to try to damage that glass with sound.
That's right. By the way, we should introduce Andrew and Van right there, who make this whole thing possible with us here. And what I will do is I will turn on the camera, the projection of the camera here, so you can actually see live now what happens to the glass. So some of you here will see it directly, but you can also look up there. All right? Now, this is another really quiet experiment. You expect that,
yeah,
right?
So
you might get your hands ready.
nice try.
All right, so that happened, of course, so fast that that you didn't see it with your naked eye, right? But that's why we have the instant playback now. And let's see, when we get ready queuing it up, I will show you on the screen how that glass actually broke. Ready? Okay, we're almost there. So you can imagine that glass gets hit by the sound wave, starts wiggling, and in a few seconds you'll see how it then actually gets broken. Okay, so here we go. Let me turn the lights down. Here you are. This is played back at how many frames per second did we do it? That was at 10,000 frames per second and played back now in video rates, and here you go. The glass got so excited. And, whoa.
Okay, so now what we wanted to move on to was something that happens with gas, and we've been talking about gas, and that's all in the room around us. But what I've done with this big water bottle is I've taken some liquid and I poured it in here, and I'm now going to talk to you while I swish it around. And so you're going to have to bear with me while I tell you a story. And so this is a story about automobiles, right? So that's the thing that we talk about. And so there's a wonderful YouTube that kind of shows how some of this works, is that there was a person in the middle of winter who went to fill their car with gasoline, just fill it up at a gas station. And this was on the gas station webcam that they had. And so it was a cold day in winter, and so the person put the hose into the gas tank and then went back into their car to stay warm. And they stayed warm until it was kind of ready for the gas to be filled up. And so this person got out of the car and then went and made the fatal mistake of touching the gas handle. And the whole car burst into flames because a little bit of static electricity from that person's clothes then created the spark which ignited all of that, the gas vapors in the vicinity. And so that's what we're trying to show you here, is so now I have put this ethanol into this can, I've swirled it around, and now what I want to do is I want to show you what happens if you're not too careful. And so,
are you ready?
Are you ready? You ready? Okay, so here it is. So, ready? Okay. Okay.
Wow, that was cool.
Toasty, nice and on a warm day, a cold day. It's nice.
That poor thing. I mean, the bottle couldn't really go anywhere. Let's see what we can do if I put the same bottle with the same nice liquid, maybe like this. Okay.
Oh, that's going to be fun.
See what happens here? All right. Oh.
Okay, so this we have ready to show back.
Yes, let's show that back. And let's make sure we turn. Are you ready? You see how that reaction, right? How that really moves slowly into the container.
And watch it. It's kind of beautiful, isn't it?
Okay.
Okay,
Thank
so if we can turn the lights.
What?
The light, yeah. So we can see back here. Yeah, great. So we want to show you now a little bit with liquids and optics. You saw something with optics up here. But now what I have here is just an ordinary container. And I have a rod sticking into this container. And all I'm trying to show you here is that as you look through this container, the rod looks bent, or it looks even displaced from each other, depending on where you're looking at it from. So this is something about liquids and about the optics of going through a liquid, that you have something called the index of refraction, which changes where things look like once they're inside the liquid from when they're in air. And so we want to show one other thing here, which is that liquids also allow you to visualize things. So if you read this, you can all read what this says. Bang, right? But can you read what this says? Well, it's kind of harder, right? It's a little bit, it's kind of bang backwards. Gnab, I think, something like that.
These kids are good, Sid. They are just great.
And so what we want to show you is that, well, Gnab, look through this container, now reads bang, right? So that this is just like a lens. It's able to reverse the direction of how this thing looks like when you view it through here. So this is one of the nice things that this liquid can do. But there's one other thing that I want to show you, is that this is a kind of a special fluid. It's not just your ordinary fluid. Is that here is a piece of glass. And what I want to show you is some properties of this fluid that really make it kind of almost magical. And so, almost. And so I've just stuck this piece of glass in this bag so that I'm not going to hurt myself. And now I'm going to smash this thing. So now we have glass fragments, right? And now I'm going to pour these glass fragments into this container.
Why would you want to do that, Sid?
Well, I want to show them what the power that we have as physicists, that we can actually do something really quite spectacular. So we go something blah, 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 abracadabra, something like this, And now let's see what happens as I try to see what's in here. Let's see.
Can you see anything? I don't see
Let me.
anything. Oh, man.
So it went back together again. Or did it? Well, no. If this were a magic show, we would stop there, but I have to tell you that this was not the same rod that I stuck in, but it was another rod, but that rod has the same index of refraction as the liquid. So when I stick it in here, it disappears. And that's why it looked like that broken glass now all became part of the same thing again. So this is one of the things that liquids can do. And so another thing that liquids can do, and or that you know about liquids, is that if you put something in a liquid and you stir it up, it disappears, right? Once it's stirred up, and you're never going to get it to be back where it started again, right? I mean, that's just impossible. You'd agree with that?
That's right.
Yeah. So
I mean, you stir to mix, right?
And so what we're going to do is we're going to try to show you that here, and then show you our power as physicists to reverse time. And so what I have here is I have a plastic cylinder on the outside. On the inside, I have another cylinder, a white solid cylinder, and you can see that as I turn this around, I'm turning the one on the inside. The outside is stationary.
It's the same liquid, right?
So it's the same liquid,
Liquid.
And that I put in between these two cases. So there's a plastic, then this liquid, and then the inner cylinder. Okay, but now you can't really see that I've stirred anything up because you can't see anything. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to mark out what the liquid is in here. And so, whoops, let me set it away so I can now stick down this tube and put some dye in here.
So that's just black dye?
It's just black dye.
Just to show.
And I'm putting it in the shape of an S so that we can see that it stands for science, right? So this is it. Okay,
Science?
so this is
like
science. And can we destroy science? No, but let's watch this. So I'm going to stir this up. It goes once.
Oh, already.
It's all gone. It looks like it's all disappeared, right? So I keep doing this. 2.
I think you need to stir it a little
3.
bit.
Keep going. 4. Keep going. 5. Is that enough? Okay, so I'm going to keep stirring. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Okay. And so, as someone astutely mentioned in the audience, yes, I was going the other way, and that was the whole point of this, is that I was able to reverse time by reversing the direction of motion of this. And so it was just a theorem in fluid mechanics that this would happen, and so there's a demonstration, but it's rather surprising that it worked so well.
Isn't it? So that was a clear liquid. It was not water. It was a thicker liquid. What was it, Sid?
This was glycerol. You can
Glycerol.
all buy this at your drugstore.
And now what we're going to do, I'm going to show you something with a very simple liquid again, water, something ordinary that you are all familiar with.
Is that water?
Well, it is water, but we put some particles in.
Ah.
Tiny little particles. And so it's milky now. It looks milky. But it is liquid. See that? And so let me just show you. This is a vat, and you can stick something in there.
It's sinking.
It's sinking. It's going in. So it's a liquid. And, well, this is a special liquid. Because the little particles, they make it possible, what? That we could possibly...
You can do something with this?
I think I could run over
You could
water.
run over that? You can...
Yeah.
You're going to sink. Is he going to sink?
I'm not so sure. So let's... I'm not going to... use these nice shoes. Let me use these shoes here, you know.
Oh, he's going to sink.
Oh, I'm going to sink.
He's going to sink. Look at that. He's putting on rubber boots. He's got to sink.
But let's see if I can walk on water here right now.
Whoa. Look at that.
How about that?
Whoa. Well,
okay. But that's pretty good, right? You could you could say walk on water.
Yeah, so that's pretty amazing, Heinrich.
But
so how did you manage to walk on water? So come on and show me.
Should I walk a little bit more?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah?
Why don't you come out here and show me how you do this?
Oh, okay.
Uh-oh, he's in trouble now.
Oh. Oh.
Ah, there he goes.
That's weird. Oh. Ah. There's something burning under the table. So,
it's just a fog machine, it's all right.
that liquid now, that was really special, wasn't it? Just putting little particles in. So let's do something else. I cannot jump as hard as we're going to try now. So we have the same liquid in here.
Do you have the glove?
And
Glove.
and I'm going to throw something in there now. How about a little ball? No.
Nah.
Should I go a little higher? Okay. You know, I'm afraid of heights. That's really a problem.
He is. But he
good,
does
right?
this for you.
All right. Now let's first try something. Would you like to drop something in there? Okay, but this, you know what happens. Nothing. Let's try something else. Why don't we try something really special?
What's special up there, Hunter?
What about an
Oh,
egg?
look at that.
Oh, what if I drop an egg in this one? Okay, here we go. Oh,
I think you should try another egg.
that egg just cracked. So this is a really special liquid. I think we should drop something that cannot crack at all. Don't you think?
Okay.
Should we do that?
Go for it, Heinrich.
Higher. Oh.
Oh, yeah. Watch it now.
How about this? Now, you guys, sorry about that. Okay, should we do it? Shh. This is dangerous. You all get wet now. 3, 2, 1. Wow! But notice. The ball didn't sink in. So that's the thing with this wonderful special liquid, putting particles in, it turns it into something very special that prevents things from sinking in, right? And in fact, it also cracked that egg. All right. Sorry, Sid.
Well, that's okay, Heinrich. We'll figure this out later.
No, I'll get you a towel. We need a towel for Sid here.
Would you? Let's. Okay.
All right. Here we go.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so now let's move from liquids back to gases, air. Right? Isn't that what we want to do next?
Yeah, that's okay.
We're going to do a little bit air. Yep. So we need to show what air can do. So here what we have is a trash can with a hole in it. See that? Now we put a little rubber here, just like a drum. Can you hear the drum? Can you feel the drum? There should be air coming out. Can you feel that? Oh, I see you feel it. But I see how you feel it, but I don't think you could see the air itself, right?
So what would happen if you could see the air?
All right, let's make the air visible. And we do that by putting a little smoke in there. All right? All right. Good? Now we do the same thing over again. 1, 2, 3. All right. It's getting very smoky here. Turn the AC on. What? Turn the AC on.
Yeah, I'll check it. Should be.
All right, here's one for you. All right. Okay. So now you know what air feels like and what beautiful structures get created when you push air around. So this air is, of course, a gas.
And so we have another gas here, and so what we know is that you can float a boat on water, but can you float a boat in the air? That's the question, right? And it doesn't seem like that's easy to do.
No.
Oh, it's, you think it's, okay, well, I need a volunteer to come down from the audience. So, yeah, could you come down here and help? Okay, and so your job is to make sure that we're honest and that we're not doing anything wrong, okay? And so what we're doing now is we're using this gas tank to fill this container. And what I want you to make to testify here is that there's no liquid in here, right? That is, there's nothing, there's no liquid. It's no liquid. He says no liquid. Speaking to this, no liquid, right?
Absolutely no liquid.
Absolutely no liquid. Okay. And so what we want to do is we want to see, can we float a boat on this?
On
and
absolutely no liquid, yes.
I mean, absolutely no liquid. And so what we have here is, this is a boat, is that right? It says boat, so it's got to be a boat. Is this a boat?
Yes.
Yes, it's a boat. He says so. Okay, so let's take this very carefully out. Okay.
Boy.
Okay, so now let's see, can we get this thing to float on here? Whoa.
Here, come here. Make sure there's really no liquid in it.
No liquid. So what we want to do is we want to see if we can sink this boat. So we're going to take this. Going lower a little bit at a time. But what we'd like to do is, can we visualize the liquid? Wouldn't that be neat? So we need you to help on one other thing. So what we have over here is something else with optics. And so this is, we're going to image this liquid, or this gas, I should say, with this special kind of optics that Andrew and Van have been developing, which is called Schlieren optics. And so what we want to do is we want to show you that you can actually see this liquid. Are we ready? Okay, so I'm going to pour this over. Right? And so maybe you'd like to pour one over and show this. So just pour it over from the top. Look at that. That's pretty cool. Right?
You know what?
But
and
now we need one other thing.
Yeah, that's right.
So
We need your hand.
we need your hand. We want to know, how hot are you?
Are you alive?
And so we're going to just stick your hand in there, and you can see all the heat coming off of your hand.
Right. And by the way, this is very much related to what Sid showed you with the liquid and the glass inside the tub, where tiny changes in this thing we call index of refractions and the way light goes through a liquid or a fluid can be visualized. And the same thing here. Warm air is a little bit different from cold air, and that's why we can see that. Right? It's just a tiny little difference that you can't pick up with your eye, but that we can make visible with this beautiful apparatus.
Okay, so thank you very much.
All right, it's time to get the danger zone. In the danger zone.
Are we ready for danger?
We are always ready for another bit of danger.
Well,
right?
maybe you're ready for danger.
No, I think this one is, this is danger for Sid.
This is my danger zone. Okay.
Sid, what do you think we're going to do here?
I thought we were going to go bowling. Are we all ready to go bowling? So this is a bowling ball, and, you know, we should bowl with it. And so if I bowl with it, well, it goes. And actually, I can probably steer it better than I can do if I really did bowl with it. But what it really is a nice pendulum. Look at it. It comes all the way from the ceiling here that we have this going down. And we want to show you one thing with this that shows you that the height of this bowling ball is never going to get higher than where I started. Okay, and so if I started here, it'll go all the way to the other side, and then it'll come back to where it started, but it won't come any higher than where I started. It'll only come to where I started or even less. And so to show that, I have here an egg at the, on the wall here. And so I'm going to move this up just to the point of the egg. Okay, so it's just touching the egg, and now I'm going to let go of this.
Okay, now
why?
carefully. There.
So let's do this.
No,
again.
That's not right.
You know, so we will watch this again. So.
Oh!
Right into the trash can. Okay, so that is what happened with this bowling ball on this pendulum.
But Sid, you know, I don't trust this totally. I think the egg is fine, but what about your head?
My head. Uh-oh. Okay, I guess I have to do it.
This is
so I will put
fine
my
now.
head up against the wall. I cannot move my head out of the way. I'm going to start this here,
and you know
right at my nose.
Now, right?
Is it at my nose? Is it at my nose? I think it's at my nose. I feel it. Okay, so let's go.
Oh,
my goodness! Ah!
Bravo!
And so, what you saw when it hit the egg was that I actually did push it to actually get it to move, go farther back than when I started. So this is just to show you that we're not faking it. That's why we believed in physics all the time in this. Okay.
All right. So.
So now is the time for more danger?
No, I need to endanger myself.
Uh-oh, it's danger time for Heinrich.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now you know that gases, right, when they're under a lot of pressure, they can come out and they can do things, right? They can pop. And so we've got a lot of gas in here that's under quite some pressure, and there's a little opening here, and that is pointing at my friends right there. And the idea is now that I let that gas come out, and what will happen if I sit myself on this? All right.
Okay, so you better be careful. Put on a hard
better
hat.
put a hat on. Oh, that's too small. Sorry.
Well, he's got a lot of brains, and so we need to have a big hat for Heinrich. I mean, so
Oh,
this is
Sydney. All right. Here we
there
go.
it is. Okay, so
Now, this is one of these quiet experiments. You know
and
that, right?
be careful over there. You will feel some air.
The safety pin is out. Your hands are probably very close. And you, sir, over there, you will get blasted. Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Ah! I think we're going to go for a bit while we try and figure this out.
Well, is Dr. Woodruff here? Oh, hi. Heinrich might need your help. Could you please help him? Well, the show must go on, so we'll continue.
So, Nini, what do we
Hi.
have here?
Well, let's see what do we have. We have a tube here.
Okay. A tube.
Oh,
so
yeah.
what is this made of?
It's made of copper, and as you can all see, it's hollow from inside.
Okay, good. So now I'm going to do an experiment. Here, I have a piece of metal, which is not magnetic. And what I want to know is that if I drop this thing from the top, what would happen?
Here.
You sure? Are you sure? Well, we should do an
Yeah,
experiment.
let's try it.
Yeah, let's try
Yeah.
it, okay?
No.
Okay, it goes right
That
through.
wasn't slow.
That wasn't slow at all.
Yeah.
Okay, but what if now I have something slightly different? So here I have a magnet.
Well, that's magnet, but copper isn't magnetic, so
Look, it doesn't stick. Okay, so now I want to let this thing go through. What do you think would happen, Edie?
I think it will go slow this time.
Really? But I mean, it's not magnetic. I bet it will just go through like that one.
Okay, so we need to find out.
Should we
Shall we
try
find
it?
out?
Okay, let's
Okay.
do it.
Oh,
Wait,
it's still
what
inside.
happened?
I can
Wait.
feel it. It's inside.
Really? Are you
yeah,
sure? But
yes.
I mean, I didn't see it. It should go through right away. Where is it?
Well, it's still in here. I
you
think it's
sure?
falling
Are you
down.
sure?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay,
Oh.
finally, it came out. Okay, so why does this happen, Edie?
This happens because this is made of copper, and copper is a good conductor. So it creates fields and it prevents the magnet from falling too fast.
Okay, so I guess copper is a good conductor, but I
Yes.
think we have something slightly different.
Yes,
What's
copper
that?
is a good conductor, but here we have a superconductor. So what do superconductors do?
Anyone knows that?
They
No.
are really good at conducting electricity through them. So what we have here is a magnetic rail, and we have two pieces of superconductor in there. Once we have some liquid nitrogen, it cools down and it starts acting as a superconductor. So what we'll do here is we'll take this piece of superconductor and lay it on this magnetic track right here. And you can see it floats.
It floats. And it can travel.
Yeah.
So what happens if I put a piece of paper in between them?
It goes
It
right
goes right
through.
Okay.
So what do you think will happen if we put it upside down?
Well, I really want to try it. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's
So
do it.
here I have another piece of superconductor, and you can see that we have another track, which is made of magnets as well. So what I'm going to do now is that I take this piece out, and I try to stick it from below. Oh! It's probably not cold enough. Let's try it again. It floats.
Whoa.
Yeah, so what can we do about this in the future?
Well, someday we can have trains that go like this. We can have superconducting trains that move on magnetic tracks, and because there's so little friction, they will move really fast, and they would be much more efficient than the trains we have right now.
Sounds great. So,
Yeah.
well,
Well, oh, it looks like Heinrich is back.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Woodruff.
So Heinrich, I guess, survived.
Anything-
Congratulations, Heinrich. That was-
Anything for science. All right, let's play some music. Sid.
Yeah, I'm kind of bored with this, so let's have some nice music. What do you have?
Well, it's Chicago, so or you know, blues. Can you hear that?
Well-
Nah, let's make it louder.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I just run it through the PA, right?
My mama done told me when I was a need.
So that's not bad.
That's good, Heinrich.
Mama done told
Okay.
me
So, can we do anything with this?
Let's do something with it.
a woman will sweet talk
Okay,
and give you the big eye.
so, wait a minute, what's this here, right in the middle?
But when
This
that
shouldn't be
sweet
here, right?
talk is
No. Oh,
Oh, what did I do? I guess that was important.
put it back together, Sid.
I worry something that is
Really?
Well, why don't you take that?
Yeah. Now, let's see here. What?
Whoa,
Whoa,
what
whoa,
can we
whoa,
do?
Whoa, whoa. What is going on here?
He's got brains in there. That's really good.
Water, mostly water. So if it goes between Sid and myself, just through the skin, why don't we try having it go, the sound,
All the way through all of you.
all of you. Are you all right with that? Would you be okay? So then you just have to hold hands now. And then I touch you right here. Or touch me. See? All right.
Way to go.
Thank you. Okay. So that was a little bit of electricity, but it didn't hurt anyone, right? So that was just from the iPhone coming out of here. So, you know, again, I guess I'm cured now. Let's
You're cured. Whoa.
thank you, Dr. Woodruff. You did it. Let's go
give him a
little bit
hand.
more with the danger lever. And more electricity. What do you think, Sid?
Okay, a little bit more electricity. That would always be good. And so, let's see if we can. Oh, I need to get this. I'm stuck in here.
Okay. And what we want to do is, because you want to see the electricity, we might want to turn down the light a little bit for you.
Not that loud. Loud enough. It's loud enough for me. Okay, so let's see what we can. So if you turn that on, let's see what happens.
So this makes a lot of electricity.
So do you all see the sparks occurring here?
Yeah, can you see them over there too?
Oh, it stopped. Goes. Stop. Goes. Can you turn up the lights a little bit so they can see what we're doing? I'm just pointing at it, and I can make the spark stop. Power, right? That's real good power. Okay, so let's see if we can make it even larger.
Bigger. More. So you guys see there, you can maybe see them still.
Whoops. This is. Oh, this is something's not going.
There we go. All right, good.
Okay. Okay, so now let's try something else. Let's see what we can do with this and what can we do. And so, look, I've got nothing up my sleeves, right? Nothing there. Okay. So now I have a light bulb here, and let's see what I can do with this light bulb.
But it's not attached to anything, Sid.
Oh, does that matter?
Let's try.
Let's try. Oh,
Yay!
I guess it matters, but not that much.
All right. Look at that.
Okay. So, may the force be with you. Okay. So there's one last thing that we should do.
So by the way, this thing creates electricity like you would do on a carpet in winter by rubbing, right? It just has a motor in there that rubs a belt. And now Sid is doing the ultimate stunt. Remember, never put electricity and water together. Have you seen this gentleman before?
Okay. So, let's do the first thing I want to make sure I do is to take off my eyeglasses. Now, I once did this with my eyeglasses on because of my class, and I suddenly started getting sparks between my eyeballs and the eyeglasses. And I want to assure you that I freaked out. So that's why I remember to take off the eyeglasses.
Yeah.
So that was the one important thing here, and now let's see whether we can do anything.
All right.
Wait, let me, before we do that, you have that water pump on? Oh, so. Okay, beam me up, Scott.
All right. Oh, look at that.
You love this look?
All right.
Okay, now there's just one problem. How do I get down?
Oh, this way.
Oh, okay. That's much better.
All right. So look, this was a lot of voltage. This was Jurassic Park type voltage. This was 100,000 or more volts, right? That made that happen. And now what we're going to do is we use a lot of that voltage to do something else, even more dangerous. So in here we have a can, a soda can. It's empty, and it is between these coils, and we just put it in there loosely. And the idea is that we use a lot of that voltage suddenly across that can and cut it in half. Let's see if we can do that. Now this will happen really loud, really fast, so we need our camera crew to get ready for that. Right? And what I have here is another way of making a lot of voltage that's in this box. Then there is some very amazing switch that goes like the Frankenstein type thing, right? Goes like that, real quick. And over here, underneath this can, is just a massive battery that when you flip this switch, it lets all that voltage come across the can. Right? So we're going to wait until the camera is set up. I will use my earplugs here.
And so when he tells you, put your
All right. Good. Are we ready, camera crew? Okay. So this is turned on.
no, not hold it. They're not quite ready yet.
Are you ready? Good.
I'm getting out of the way.
All right. So now I will tell you how much voltage is put across here. I'll call it out. It's slow. So we are at 1,000 volts, 2,000 volts, 3,000, 4, 5. Oh my God! It is 9,000 volts right now.
How much voltage is it coming?
Whoa! There you go. Okay.
And look what happens to it.
And so, what you just saw was this cannon firing and blowing that thing apart. All right, now we captured that on video, and what I will do here is turn that down, and when Nidhi tells me when we're ready, we'll play it back for you. Yeah, but put it, cue it up, please. Okay, so wait. Wait, 1 second, wait. I want to get it nice and big. There we go. And now, here we go. See that blast of light, and it is blown apart. Can we run that one more time? Okay. All right, thank you guys. All right, so what we have here is a piece of cardboard, but I'm not going to tell you what we use that for.
But this is a big 50-gallon drum. It's solid.
Let's make sure. Steel.
It's reinforced. See all that?
Of course, this is physics.
Everything is loud
Everything will
here.
be loud. Okay, so now you're under a lot of pressure. I know it's the holiday season. We are under a lot of pressure.
Yeah, I feel very stressed right now.
Yeah.
A lot of pressure.
There is air pressing on you right now at 15 pounds per little square inch.
Really, that much?
That much.
I don't feel it.
I don't either. Do you feel the pressure? You do. Well, usually the pressure is
Is
balanced.
that psychological pressure or is that real pressure? Okay.
All right. So it's balanced because you got some stuff on the inside, right? But what if you took the stuff on the inside out? Then you got this pressure, 15 pounds on the outside. That's what we're going to do here. We take the air out.
What do you think will happen?
I have no idea.
Oh, so
then let's do it.
We have a pump taking the air out of that can.
So the air is already, if you're really quiet, you can hear that.
Did you hear that?
That's the outside air pushing on the inside of that can with 15 pounds. And that's a pretty good steel can here.
It's reinforced.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
probably why it takes a while, right?
It takes a while, but I'm surprised it's not doing more. Should it do any more?
I don't know. Well,
Maybe this one's not working here.
sometimes the steel is pretty good, you know.
Yeah, it's tough steel. Reinforced, did we say that? Yeah, reinforced steel.
I mean, 15 pounds, that's, I don't know, is that a lot?
Well, 15 pounds, I can lift 15 pounds.
Yeah, but per square inch. I mean, there's a lot of
Well,
square
I can
inches.
lift an inch.
I know, but there's a lot of square inches.
Oh, that's right, there's a lot of square inches there. Okay.
All right, well, maybe we should, all right, so,
But why don't we take the next thing on?
yeah. Oh my God. So, this is what happens when 15 pounds per square inch push on anything, like you, right? And there's nothing on the inside. So that's what happened here. And it was a pretty good thing, wasn't it? Was it loud enough? Well, there is something else then we want to show you. We want to show you what a little bit of, what this can do. I guess we let the air back in. So this is a ping pong ball, see that? And I was going to get trying to get the ping pong ball through this cardboard right here. So let's see. Oh,
Hey.
so maybe you want to try that?
No, I couldn't do that.
Okay, let's try
I've
that
missed.
harder. Oh. Okay, I don't think it's easy to get it through that cardboard.
Well, try again.
Try again? Okay.
That didn't do. Well, maybe we need to do something industrial strength. So let's do
Okay.
industrial strength.
Let's use industrial strength. A cannon. How about that? All right. So what you have here now is a tube. And the tube is closed at both ends. And we have the ping pong ball at this end of the tube.
You all see that right down here?
There's the ping
Our-
pong ball. And now what we're going to do is we take the air out of this tube. This one will not collapse, so don't worry. And then here I will poke a hole through. The air will rush in, push the ping pong ball really, really fast. And then we hope now there's enough to get it through this thing here, right? So
Oh, you think it'll go through there?
I don't know if it will go through.
Oh, but maybe better light it so they can see if something
Yeah, I
happens.
mean, we should have the camera set up so that actually does. And on this time we have actually a little light on the other side so you can really see that it comes through. And thank you, Andrew. We put that in. It's a
And
nice
it's just
light
aluminum
bulb.
foil at both sides of this, and that's all that's holding
So we close that up
the
there.
air outside of the.
And then maybe we need something in the back here. All right, so now let's see if the ping pong ball, when it's accelerated like crazy, if it can make it through that cardboard, and then we see what happens with the high-speed camera.
So you might also remember this will be a louder thing.
Yes, right. So now let's see what we're going to do here. Turn this on. This is the pump. And I'm opening the evacuation hose here. And
Okay, the
there's-
pressure is coming down.
There's a gauge. Sid will read off how
It's
much
at
vacuum we
15.
have.
20. 25. 29.
It's going down. It's going down. This is going to be nice and empty in there. The air will rush in and
30.
push that ping pong ball through the other piece of aluminum foil. There's two pieces of aluminum foil here and here.
And it'll just bounce off of that board, right? And you can see if it comes through because the light's there, right? So that's the idea. Okay, so it's not quite ready yet,
All right.
but let's give it a couple more seconds. Okay, I think it's about time.
Is it about time?
About time. So,
So, I mean, you have to think about it. There's a poor ping pong ball in there,
just like this.
right? And it has to make it through a piece of aluminum foil that can hold the 15 pounds per square inch and then make it through a big, thick piece of cardboard. Let's see if that can work. All right, so I'm puncturing a hole in here now.
Are you ready?
Are you ready? Camera. Okay, 3, 2, 1.
It's all gone.
Oh my God, the light bulb blew out. Did you see that? It killed our nice light bulb. So that went so fast and so loud, we have to look at that with our video. Right, so we have to look at that with the video. And let's see when we are queued up. Then we can play it back for you. And this was now very, very fast. So the ball was accelerated up to almost the speed of sound. And that's a lot of feet per second. So we had to go at an amazing 25,000 frames per second with that video, right? Are we ready? Okay. Let's put this back on. Okay, let me turn this off. Ouch! And look how it goes through both glass sides before the light bulb even goes out.
Itself off. Amazing.
All right. Okay, thank you guys.
Oh. Okay, so I don't know about you, Heinrich, but I'm getting kind of hot. I'm getting kind of thirsty.
Well, that's right. And the other thing is, we have talked a lot about air rushing into something, but now we're going to talk about pressure building up inside something, and we want to let it out appropriately, right, Sid?
That would be good. Slowly?
No, I like rapid release of pressure.
Rapid release of pressure. Okay, rapid release of pressure. Good. We can deal with that.
But this could be dangerous, and that's why Andrew and Van here are making sure that we don't get the first couple rows there in total danger. And that's why we have this net here.
Oh, there it goes. Hey.
Beautiful.
Brilliant.
All right. And we have also a little shield here for you. A little splash shield.
Okay. So I guess it's time. So
yeah, let's turn on the lights.
Lots of lights, okay. So here we have our soda can. And as I said, I'm thirsty, so what should I drink? And, well, maybe liquid nitrogen would be good.
That would be...
Would that be good?
Right.
Liquid nitrogen? Okay, so let's see what that would be like if I were to put some liquid nitrogen in here.
You know, liquid nitrogen is cold. You saw
a little
that before,
cold,
right? So
I
you
mean,
gotta be careful.
Well, if we were at that temperature, outside would be all liquid. I mean, we'd be swimming in something very, very cold. So it's kind of cold in this liquid nitrogen.
Okay. So let's see what we can do. Now we want to put a little bit of liquid nitrogen in here in this soda can.
Yeah.
And then what we're going to do is what, Sid?
Okay, maybe we should move that one too.
Yeah, just for this one, if you move in the aisle or so for now.
That'd be great. Excellent. Even better spot to look at it. Okay, so let's fill this bottle up with some liquid nitrogen.
All right. Liquid nitrogen in here. And now I hold that. And Sid, you tell me how much you want in there.
All of it.
Okay, so is that enough?
Now you know the liquid nitrogen will, of course,
No.
Boil, right?
Okay, how about that? Is that enough? Okay, well, I think that's about right. Okay, a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Okay.
Is that
No, I actually think that's quite enough to be. Okay, so are we ready?
good? Are we ready?
Okay, so I'm putting the top on.
Are you sure you want to do that? Tight?
Putting it
Sid.
on tight.
Oh, man. This is boiling now inside. Steam is building up.
Okay, so we are going to show this back to you now, what you just saw here with the trash can. But while we're doing that, we want to give thanks to all the people who really made this event possible and worked very hard to make it work. So you've already met Nini Bachita and Kai Po, our high-speed camera operators. Van Bistro, Andrew Nadelman, who did all this work backstage. The open house that I hope you will all go to and go to the demo alley was done by Chen Ching back there, and Justin Driller, Eileen Shu, and Maria Jimenez and her family. And so we thank all of them. And then our wonderful audio-visual crew, Stephen Bandick, Warren Friedel, Chris Peelch, Colin Hudler, and Freddie Peralta have all made all of this available to all of you so you can actually hear us. And Meng Fei, who has been our photographer.
All right.
Okay. And of course, the money for this came from the physics department, the James Franck Institute, and our Materials Research Science and Engineering Center.
Right. And now, before we do our last little thing here for you,
Did you see that?
we need to show you, of course, what just happened, right? And that we do by, oh, sorry, we don't want to get
But
you
we have
guys.
to bring the
Yep.
thing
And
back
that
down
off.
again.
And we turn. We have to bring the screen one more time down. Sorry about that. Because you wanted to see what happened with that trash can, didn't you? You want to see what really happened. And by the way, while this is happening, remember there is now an open house where you can see us scientists in our natural habitat. And there's hands-on stuff for you to play with in a demo alley. And all of that you can find out about right outside this hall.
The tours
right?
start right outside here.
Okay. So now let's see here. Okay, what did we do here? Yeah, the blanking is not. What did we do? Here, come on, look at that. No, hey, Andrew. Button.
There it is. Okay.
All right, so now we're playing it. Hey, wait 1 second. I make it big. Let me make it bigger. There. All right. All right.
Okay, so let's bring the screen back up. Okay, so this is basically the end of our show, but we want to end with just one last thing. So,
All right.
Heinrich, we hope we will see you all again next year.
Okay. I hope you enjoyed this. We enjoyed having you here. And with that, we say goodbye.
And see you next year.
See you next year.
See you next year. Thank you.
I feel so much better now.
All right, thanks.